Alright, so the cause of death for Jason David Frank, the Green Power Ranger, has been revealed, and sources are saying that it was apparently self-deletion. We all know what that means. He unalived himself. You're not allowed to say certain words on YouTube. And not only was it a shock to get the news, it's a shock now to get the news that that was the cause. I really was expecting something else, considering he's an athlete. You know, when you're hearing about athletes, it's usually a few things. And for some reason, I just didn't expect that. I don't know the man personally or anything like that. When I heard that, I was like, man. And then the fact that apparently he was going through a divorce. And he lost a stepdaughter to it like a year ago or 2 years ago or something like that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, guys, listen. You know, there's a meme out there that says... or a meme or a video that was going around, couple of videos actually, I think, that were going around when, you know, you say what's up to a guy, yo, what's up, man, how you doing? I'm alright. And, you know, it explains what I'm alright means in man terms. And I'm alright can cover a whole lot. It can be a facade. It can really be, the guy is really struggling. Men suffer in silence. Because as men, the way we're taught to be harder, and men aren't taught to be as soft or revealing of their feelings as women. So we tend to bottle things up. It's not something that we should do. You know, I'm not talking about being a crybaby about things, but it's okay to always release your feelings. Usually if a man is over emotional, there's a mental issue or there's a hormonal issue going on. A divorce can destroy a man. Guys know the heartbreak of losing a girlfriend. If you've had the opportunity to have a girlfriend or a wife or a fiance, you know what it feels like to lose one of the ones that you really feel is truly special. And with a divorce, a lot of times the children go with the mother. Who knows, he may have felt he was losing the best thing in his life. He was losing his family, his children. Who knows what he was feeling? But it's probably somewhere along those lines. And being in the public eye, there's a different type of stress that comes with it. Being small time on YouTube, and I know a lot of other YouTubers, there's a certain type of stress that we deal with that most people aren't used to. They don't understand it. And when they start doing it, they get it. He was bigger than us. He was bigger than a lot of us. Worldwide, this guy was the Green Ranger, the White Ranger. I didn't watch it that long, but I even heard he was even the red and the black at one time. This guy was a popular guy. He meant a lot to many children and adults now across the world. He was a fighter, a family man. And he was also religious. And it makes me wonder, because I believe the Bible speaks that, like, suicide ain't the way to go. Like, that's not what you want to do if you want to be given the gift of heaven, So, he must have been going through some dark, dark stuff, man, to take yourself out, because that's not something that happens instantly. That's something that happens over time. The anxiety and stress that comes with what he was as a celebrity, it can be very strenuous. As a matter of fact, I remember a guy speaking about self-deletion, and he was saying that it seems to be a privilege of the rich. So in other words, a lot of people would think that maybe poor people or people in poverty are the ones that are going to do it because, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the money, you know what I mean? But it's not. It's a different perspective that, I think celebrities view the world in. And when you reach that level, you find out a lot of things that the masses don't know. You deal with stuff that the masses don't have to deal with. You now mean so much to people that people identify with you so much. You get love letters and you get hate mail from people. Who knows, man? Like, I've read about so many celebrities with anxiety problems. And I'm a person who does, and thankfully, my anxiety issues are pretty much gone, but I developed anxiety issues a couple of years ago. And it is not what you think it is. It is, like, a lot of times people will say, oh, well, he's got anxiety, he's got, like, nervous issues. Oh, well, calm down. It's not as simple as saying calm down. It's not. It becomes this thing that you can't control, even though you can. But if you don't know how to, you feel helpless. And you get panic attacks out of the blue, which make you feel like you're literally having a heart attack. You get pains in your arm and everything, just like a heart attack, but it's not a heart attack. You get anxiety attacks, which are a little bit different from panic attacks. It's incredible. Once I experienced it, I was like, now I get it. Now I understand why there's people that walk around anxious and depressed and with dark feelings all the time, and why this stuff happens and why they do this stuff to themselves. Look, let me tell you, I didn't think about doing that when I was going through it. I was just like, I felt trapped within my own feelings and situations that I was dealing with. I did a video a while back that said that, yeah, I had thought about it before. But, it was very brief, dealing with certain women that I was in love with. But it was very brief. I'm serious, very brief, like in a couple of seconds brief during the initial heartbreak of it. You know what I mean? But there's people that contemplate it. Like, they try to figure out how they're going to do it, and they give stuff away. They write notes and letters and do videos to let people know. Some don't do anything. They just do it. As a matter of fact, there was a girl that went to my gym, and she was one of the best looking girls there. I mean, she was, when you start bodybuilding, there's certain people you see that get your respect. And she was like that to me. Like, when I saw her, I was like, okay, now, she's another level. There's a lot of other chicks in here that are attractive women. She is another level with her body. And found out that she also with a gun. And I was just like, what? It was like, yeah, she bought a gun like a couple of weeks ago, and nobody knew, what she was feeling. I'm just like, man. So what I'm trying to say is this. If you are going through something, tell someone. You may believe that nobody cares. That is false. There is someone that cares. There's at least one person on this planet that cares about you. And it may even be a stranger. There are people that join these hotlines that you can talk to because they truly care about people. They can sympathize and empathize with what you're going through, because many of these people have experienced it. Hell, I've experienced it. I don't like to see good people go out. I don't know Jason David Frank. I only saw one comment that I had to ban. some person was like, I don't give a damn about him. He's a coward. And all. I was like, okay, banned. You don't come to people, you're disrespecting people like that. Come on now. But I'm just like, overwhelmingly, I keep seeing in the comments from people that met him how good of a person he was, So some people said he had a temper, but he was still a good person. You can be a good person and have a temper, Someone cares about you. Someone does. Okay? Someone cares more about you than you do yourself. I feel it's like that with me and Scarlett. I'm like, sometimes I think she loved me more than I love myself. It's like you have to love yourself. You do. And we're not talking about it in a conceited, vain, pompous way. We're talking about loving yourself, loving who you are, embracing yourself. And when you love yourself, you're going to go through the lengths to take care of yourself, to become the best version of yourself. That is my goal, to become the best version of myself I can possibly be. And, I found out how much my entertainment meant something to people when, over the years, I've gotten several letters, more than 5, from people that told me that I saved their life, that I kept them from... I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that I could bring that amount of joy, but it's like, it's overwhelming. It's like I feel like I could never stop doing this because there may be someone else out there that may love my brand of entertainment and whose life it could save one day. It's crazy. And like I said, to have that on the line, he was an icon, martial arts icon, TV icon. He had a wife. They're having a divorce, but he also had children. To know that all that's there, that you're leaving behind. You can't be in a proper mental state. I don't think anyone's in a proper mental state when they decide to self-delete. So call someone. Approach a stranger on the street. A police officer on the street. Email someone. Okay? Jump on Twitter. You can get a lot of support on Twitter. You can. As cesspool-y as it is. Jump on Twitter. Talk about the feelings you have and ask for help. People will comment. People will comment. There's so many different things that you can do to get the support that you need. What I'm telling you and what I'm asking you to do is not give up on yourself. I have seen many people deal with depression that are out of it. Even somebody like The Rock dealt with depression. And look at him. He's the biggest movie star in the world at this point in time. Think about if he had decided, nah, my life ain't worth it. He's an icon. More people love him than don't like him. He gets more love from people than there's always going to be people that don't like you. But look at him. He's one of the greatest of all time. In a couple of arenas. He's one of the greatest action stars of all time. And he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Arguably the greatest wrestler of all time. None of that would have been done if he decided to give in. Don't give up on yourself. Post your comments down below, your supportive comments down below. And my prayers and good energy goes out to his family and his friends, his loved ones, and his fans. That are dealing with this loss and knowing how this loss happened. It's just, I know it could have been prevented. But you got to remember that ultimately you have say-so over your own life. Do not give up on yourself. You are worth it.